Welcome to another episode in the Malaysian Economy Reality Check video series. In this episode I'll be looking at the Malaysian income taxes then and now from 1999 until 2009 and see how they've changed for the average Malaysian household. So the data that we need for this comes from a PDF that I found at hasil.gov.my, and it basically contains the Schedule 1 from the income tax law and with all the amendments. So you can see how the tax rates have changed over time. That's quite useful. So, as I showed in a previous episode, the average Malaysian household has a monthly income of about 1,500 ringgit. So that translates into 18,000 per year. And if we then take that and we look into the Schedule 1, we can see that that's going to be 730 ringgit. So how much is that? Well, as a percent of income, like how much of your income are you giving to the government every year? That's basically 4.06%. And valued with the exchange rate between ringgit and gold as it was in 1999, that is basically 0.7 ounces of gold. If we then do the same thing for the high-income Malaysian household, which I have simply defined as a household that is on the highest bracket. So if we take that household, they will be paying 76,000 in taxes. And as a percent of income, that's 25.42%. And valued in gold, that's roughly 71 ounces. So if we then fast forward to 2009 and compare the average Malaysian household again. So in 2009, the average Malaysian household had 2,500 ringgit. So that translates into a yearly income of 30,000. And if we take that and we look it up in the schedule, we see that that's 1,175 ringgit. So as a percent of income, that's now 3.92%. So it's a smaller part of the income that's being paid to the government. It's minus 0.14%. But when we look at this in terms of valuing gold, and the reason I'm comparing to gold is that gold is relatively stable, as the ringgit has been inflating 822% over the past decade. The value in gold is the value of gold has been fairly stable, even though the price has been rising. So if we just look at the value in terms of gold, it's basically half. So even though you're paying 1,175 ringgit instead of 730, the value of those ringgits has gone down so much that the value at the end of the day is half. So if we then look at the high-income Malaysian household, so what I've done here is that I've taken the 300,000 from the 1999 and I've taken the same ratio of the, like, how much did the average Malaysian household monthly income increase, and it was 1.67 basically. That's the ratio. So I've taken the same ratio and I applied it to a high income household, and then we get to basically 500,000 ringgit. And if you put that into the schedule, you'll see that they'll be paying 118,000 in taxes, and that translates into 23.67%. So the change for the high-income Malaysian household is minus 1.75%. So the taxes for this high-income Malaysian household has definitely been lowered more than for the average Malaysian household. And as we also saw in the income distribution, the vast majority of Malaysian households actually are very, very close to this number, and there's basically just a few percent that will be getting these kind of tax cuts. But again, if we take this and we look at it in terms of value in gold, it's the same situation, which is that the value has actually halved as well. So what conclusions can we draw here? So The average Malaysian household is taxed lower, as is the high-income household. So the taxes in percent of income have gone down more for the high-income households than the average households. But as we've seen, the value of taxes from both are basically halved. So in terms of real value, the government is going broke as the taxes yield less and less value every year because of the inflation. So that's the reality check for today, and I'll see you next time.